Well, you've probably already heard enough people say this by now, but MCC is back, baby. And arguably better than ever with a brand new season, along with an all-new event naming scheme that I'm still getting used to, but I think it's cool nonetheless. And don't even get me started on the teams for this event, because they are some for the ages, with newcomers galore, and we definitely gotta give Scott his credit where credit is due. Anyways, that's enough MCC fanboying for right now. Let's just get right into the teams. Alright, so first up we have the Red Rabbits with Feinberg, the Orion Sound, Kara Corvus, and Chilled Chaos, with their average being 8,266. This is an absolute banger team to start off with. We got Fine and Chilled Chaos both joining the MCC roster, two very highly requested newcomers, one of which being Feinberg, many thought wasn't gonna ever get in because of his skill level. So really cool to see that Fine's in now, and he'll probably get like first place for this event. If I was to predict it, I'd probably say you get first, maybe second. Maybe one of the other S tiers pops off and gets first, but I feel like Fine actually might be able to get first in his first ever event, which would be crazy to be honest. And then of course we have Chilled Chaos, who's friends of Kara Corvus and one of the members of Vanos Gaming, or a friend of Vanos Gaming, I'm pretty sure. And they're not a Minecraft player per se, they're more of a variety gamer, but they do play Minecraft from time to time. So cool to see that they're in a Minecraft tournament, and hopefully they enjoy their first MCC and decide to come back. And Kara and Ollie round out this team actually very well. Two very welcoming players in this event with two very cool newcomers. I mean, it's just a perfect match. And yeah, this team's actually decently strong, not gonna lie. It's not really overpowered, but it's not like, you know, underpowered either. I feel like it's pretty much right in the middle. So this team's probably gonna get, I don't know, maybe top 5. I feel like they have potential to get top 5. But nonetheless, this team is still awesome, and I can't wait to see how Fine and Chilled Chaos perform in their first ever event. Next up, we have the Orange Ocelots with Shadoon, Orange Juice, Solidarity, and Dark Eyebrows, with their average being 7,806. Yo, the Shadoon and Owen duo is crazy. It's actually a very cool duo to see. I could see them both popping off this event. And then, of course, we got Michelle and Jimmy rounding out this team. Two very cool players. And hopefully Jimmy still has his pop-off potential, because their average is a little bit low. But I think Jimmy, if he does pop off, this team could actually be really good if Jimmy pops off. This is a very good team games-based team. I feel like this team would do really well at games like Build Mart if that decides to come back. I feel like this team might low-key be a really good Ace Race team. I don't know, to be honest, but I feel like they could actually pop off an Ace Race. I think 8th place or around there is probably the most realistic placement for this team, so I guess I'll give them 8th for right now. Next up, we have the Yellow Yaks with Fruitberries, Zeus, Gumi, and False Symmetry, with their average being 8,343. Oh wow, we have Fruitberries intimidating Sandwich Lord in his profile picture, we have Zeus returning, and then we have the Gumi and False duo. A cool team to say the least. I know Fruit wanted Zeus and Gumi on his team because those are two of his best friends in the entire event, and he actually does really well with them whenever he teams with them, so that makes sense. He's also had past success with False and MCC, so that makes sense to have her on the team as well. And yeah, this team just all around works. Again, it is probably a weaker team, but their average actually portrays them pretty well. So I think this team will probably get like 4th place. I feel like 4th is a solid placement for this team. Maybe they get a little bit lower, like around like middle of the pack, but I could see them popping off and getting like 4th, maybe. I feel like it's all going to depend on the games for this team. Like if the games are more team based, I think this team could do really well. But if they're more like PvP or like, you know, individually based, like Ace Race, I feel like this team might struggle a little bit, but for the most part, they should be able to pop off, and this team should be able to have a blast, because this is a vibey team, man. Dude, I love this team, and I can't wait to see them in action on event day. Next up, we have the Lime Llamas with CPK, H-Bomb, Iskow, and Cubfan, with their average being 8,413. Yo, we got H-Bomb not on Aqua team. Let's go. He's on Lime team, which I think is his like second most popular team that he's on. I think it's either Aqua or Lime. He is on a couple other teams here and there, but I feel like he switches between those two the most. Anyways, because H is not on Aqua, there's a chance that this team doesn't win, but there's also a chance that maybe they do win, and I don't know, maybe I doubt them, but hey, this is a decent team, not gonna lie. Like, CPK is a great second frag for H, and then Iskow returning. He's probably gonna be a little rusty and probably doesn't know that much about the events, but maybe he'll study up and do a little bit of VOD reviewing here and there. He probably won't, to be honest. He probably will most likely just want to come back and play for fun and, you know, have a great time with this epic team, which is totally fair. Like, I 100% understand that. And then Cup rounds out this team like perfectly. I feel like he's like a perfect fit between H and CPK, and then I feel like he's like a perfect hermit partner to have with Iskow in his first event back in a while, so this is really cool to see. They could get top 3, to be honest, and if they pop off, they probably will, but for right right now I'll give them like 5th place. I think they'll get around where Red's gonna get. And also I definitely think this team is gonna kill it at Sands of Time. Not because H-Bomb's on the team, guys, okay? I just think they're a good Sands of Time team overall. No, it's because H-Bomb's on the team. Anyways, nonetheless, it's still gonna be very exciting to see how this team performs on event day. Next up, we have the Green Geckos with Fire Breath Man, Smallishbeans, Exuma, and Good Times with Scar, with their average being 8,188. Now, I did give Exuma Ethos average because I felt like that was fair, but I would love to see Exuma in the events nonetheless. Really hyped newcomer, to be honest. I didn't expect him to be the first Hermit newcomer of Season 4, to be honest, but hey, I'm totally down for it. And I love to see that Fire Breath Man and Joel are teaming up because that's an awesome duo. And then Scar, again, is just a perfect 4th player for this team. I mean, it just works out so well. Like, this team is actually a perfect POV, dude. It's almost perfect. I don't know if I'm gonna watch them on event day. That might be a hot take, but I don't know. I'm not the biggest Hermit fan, but I do enjoy some Hermit action, so I might check out this team. But there's also other teams down the line that I probably might watch over this team. Just we'll have to wait and see. But anyways, this team is still really fun nonetheless. Pretty strong team actually, considering their average. Like, this team actually could do really well. If I was a betting man, I'd probably predict them bottom 5, but hey, you never know. They could do absolutely insane. Like, I could be totally wrong. So hey, well, I'm just gonna have to wait and see for this team, especially this team. Like, this team is definitely gonna be one of those teams that you just never know how they're gonna do until event day. But still, nonetheless, this is probably the most hyped team so far. So hats off to Scott for absolutely cooking, because this team is amazing. Alright, next up we have the like and subscribe buttons. Okay, I guess that means you gotta click both so the video can continue. Don't worry, I'll wait. Hey, thanks for doing that. Now, back to the video. Alright, next up we have the Cyant Coyotes with Antfrost, Antvenom, Small Ant, and Elena, with their average being 7,734. Yo, we got the Ant team. Let's go. Small Ant has finally joined the event and teamed with the other ants named participants of the event. That is actually sick. Genius by Scott, by the way. Very, very smart move by Scott, because this is a highly requested team. It was either this team or the team full of Ryans, which is Krinios, Quig, Scar, and Ryguy Rocky. But hey, this isn't our only fan service team for this event, because there is another one down the line that you're definitely going to want to watch till the end for, because it's very, very cool. Anyways, back to the Cyant team. This team is a baller team. I don't know if they're going to do that well placement-wise, but I think they're going to be pretty solid, to be honest. I think Small Ant should be able to get, like, top 20. And Venom should also be able to get around, like, 20th. And Antfrost should probably be able to get top 10, top 5, maybe. And then Elena, of course, is going to be a great, like, role player for this team. So if the rest of the team pops off, Elena should pop off. And yeah, their average is a little bit lower than other teams, just probably because Small Ant doesn't really have an official average. I forget who I used for Small Ant, but he doesn't have an official average yet, so it is kind of hard to guesstimate, you know, who to put for him. So maybe I am underestimating Small Ant, but I think he'll get around, like, you know, 20th through like probably like 17th, around there, which I think is a fair prediction, to be honest, for his first event. And this team I think could actually pop off a lot in bingo. I feel like this is a pretty good bingo team, not gonna lie. So hopefully bingo's in this event, because this team could absolutely destroy in bingo. But yeah, I just can't wait to see how this ant theme team performs on event day. You know, it's gonna be hype. Next up we have the Aqua Axolotls, the PeteZahHutt, Captain Sparkles, Mythical Sausage, and Flip, with their average being 8,288. Yo, the return of Flip has arrived. I forget the last time Flip played. I think it was in Scuffed, but before that, the last quote-unquote canon event he played in, I think was, what, 22? Was it 22, the last canon events he played in? And then he came back for Scuffed, and then he hasn't been in MCC since Scuffed. But hey, love to see that Flip's returning. Cool profile picture, by the way. And yeah, this is a banger team. This is actually a very strong team, too. I might just have to put this team in first place, low-key. This is actually a really strong team. Sparkles and Pete is a great duo. And then Flip should pop off as long as he remembers most of the games and how it all works and everything like that. So this team, theoretically on paper, is a very good team. And I think it's definitely going to translate onto event day. And I think this team is going to get first place, not gonna lie. And maybe we get to see a PeteZahHutt first place again, baby, because I know we got first place in 35, and then of course before that third place was 17. So hopefully we can see back-to-back first places from PeteZahHutt, because that would be hype, to be honest. But yeah, that's all I have to say for this team. They're gonna get first place, and they're gonna go absolutely crazy. Next up, we have the Blue Bats with Krtzyy, Hannah XX Rose, Eritz, and Michael McShill, with their average being 8,259. A pretty strong team, not gonna lie. Krtzyy and Hannah duo is pretty crazy considering they just teamed in 35 and now they're teaming again. Minus Wally, of course. I guess minus Wally, I mean. But hey, Krtzyy got, what, 4th, I think? And Hannah got 3rd. So technically, they're the 2 top frags of that team. So yeah, they could pull it off again, not gonna lie. I guess Eric or Michael will probably have to step up. But I think they will, to be honest. Like, I think Krtzyy and Hannah are gonna pop off to the point where Michael and Eric are actually gonna do really, really well. So yeah, I don't know if this team will get top 2, though. They might be a little bit weaker than that 35 team to get top 2. But I could definitely see them getting top 4. So maybe like 3rd or 4th is fair for this team, probably around there, I think. But maybe top 2 is a little bit out of range for this team. I don't know, to be honest. Their best game, though, is probably going to still remain Battle Box, because Michael's actually pretty underrated at Battle Box. And I know Eric's can do pretty well when Eric is a good Battle Box team. And of course, Krtzyy and Hannah are 2 of the best Battle Box players in the entire event, because they dominated Battle Box in MCC 35. And I know they played together on MCC Island Battle Box. So yeah, they have the chemistry for Battle Box, and they probably should pop off. And they probably will get like 1st or at least 2nd in Battle Box, I feel like. Nonetheless, great team, and I can't wait to see how they do on event day, because they could definitely surprise some people. Next up, we have the Purple Pandas with JojoSolos, Smager, Beckymon, and Gucky, with their average being 8,216. A very cool team, to say the least, and Becky is a very interesting profile picture, to say the least. Anyways, yeah, this team is a cool team, man. Let's go. We got the Jojo and Smager duo back at it again. I forget last time they teamed. I think it was 33, right? It was when Jojo got 1st place on that blue team. This team reminds me of that blue team, by the way. I feel like this team might surprise some people and actually be able to get like top 2. But this team is still hyped nonetheless, because they're a pretty well-rounded team, and I'm gonna say they probably get like 5th or 4th, I think. I think that's a fair placement for this team. And last, but certainly not least, we have the Pink Parrots with Tango, Impulse, Etho, and Skizzleman, with their average being 6,110. Wow, oh my gosh, I did not expect this team. I'm gonna be honest, I thought Krtzyy was gonna be on pink and it was gonna be like Krtzyy and somebody else, but wow, a full Hermit team and having Tango and Skizz both join on the same team is crazy. Like, I get that people kind of were predicting them to be on the same team, or at least Impulse and Skizzleman to be on the same team, but dude, that is wild. And Etho returning 2 Etho on top of that is crazy. This team is absolutely insane, and it's probably gonna get last, but hey, that does not matter. I'm really hoping this team has a ton of fun and we can see more teams like this in the future. Like, I bet Etho will probably play in like one other MCC for the rest of his life and probably will never play again, unless he wants to play consistently with just full-on Hermit teams all the time, which is fun, to be honest. I mean, they're probably gonna, again, they're gonna do bad placement wise, but it doesn't matter as long as they have fun and as long as they try to be competitive as possible, you know. That's all that matters at the end of the day, and this team is definitely gonna do that, man. Skizzle and Tango are definitely gonna struggle a little bit, but hopefully Etho and Impulse will be able to guide them through that. They might do pretty well in like a grid runners, maybe a sand. Actually, I could see a Sand of Time pop off from this team. I could see like a top 5 finish from this team in Sand of Time. I wouldn't be surprised. And if the new game that MCC has in store for us is a team game, this team might just get 1st. Low key, they might just do it, guys. I don't know. We're definitely just gonna have to sit back, relax, and just watch this team do whatever they do, whether that's do really well, do really bad, or just, you know, have fun, you know. So I'm very excited for this team and what their future holds for them on event day. Alright guys, so really quick before the video ends, I just wanted to give you guys my current MCC Season 4 kickoff team predictions, which have a very good chance of being totally wrong, but I'm still going to try anyways, so wish me luck with my predictions. In 10th place, I have the Pink Parrots. In 9th place, I have the Cyant Coyotes. In 8th place, I have the Green Geckos. In 7th place, I have the Orange Ocelots. In 6th place, I have the Red Rabbits. In 5th place, I have the Purple Pandas. In 4th place, I have the Yellow Yaks. In 3rd place, I have the Blue Bats. In 2nd place, I have the Lime Llamas. Meaning, of course, in 1st place, I have none other than the Aqua Axolotls. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below if you haven't already. And make sure to comment down below your own team predictions, as I'm really interested to see what you guys think. And until next time, peace.